Hey guys, this time I'm taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Izuku Midoriya. Now the last time I looked at one of these from McFarlane Toys, I wasn't super impressed, but it was Kirishima, my favorite character, so I was happy enough with it. Deku, I think, is a great character, but he is not my favorite, so I don't know if I'll be as excited about this one. The box is pretty much standard from what we've seen for the McFarlane My Hero line. Nice yellow, just some graphics on the sides, and then images on the back of other characters that came in the wave. I only have Izuku from this wave. I don't have Bakugo or All Might or Shigaraki. And then you can see pretty much everything you get in the window. It looks like one of his hands fell. It was shipped from Amazon, so that explains a lot. And once again, a nice image of everyone on top. He looks so happy here. You are not going to be happy for very long. Like I said, I like Midoriya as a character, but just there's so many supporting characters in My Hero Academia that are awesome that sometimes he gets a little overshadowed. Can we get that handout? Oh, yep. There it goes. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So in the Kirishima McFarlane toy, this stand thing was actually attached to the back of the package, so you had to kind of rip open the package to get it out. But for Deku, it's just taped. That's a lot nicer because I didn't enjoy having to rip up the package for Kirishima. You just peel the tape off, bam! Yeah, that's nicer because then if you want to keep the package for whatever reason, it's not torn up. It looks like Deku's got some stuff we've got to cut. I'll try and be gentle. Ah! We're okay. Everything's fine. Ooh. His electricity, whatever these are, is getting stuck. Okay. There we go. I kind of like this pose that he's in just naturally. He's just kind of walking down the street with electricity shooting out of his arms. Doo, 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 doo. First impressions. It's not great. There are a lot of things amiss with this figure. It was actually a lot better on Kirishima than it was on Deku. I'm chalking that up to this being a first wave figure. For the second wave, I guess they kind of learned from their mistakes from the first wave. The very first thing I noticed when I got him out of the package, the paint applications on his shoulder pads here. So awful. It's like a child did it, or like if I did it when my blood sugar's low. And yeah, the paint is actually off in several spots on the gloves. The back of the mask, it's not within the lines. Yeah, the paint goes off the sculpt in several areas, including here. The red from the shoes bleeds down onto the tread. Other than that, the shoes look really nice. The second thing I noticed when I got it out of the box, I don't know if you can see it, I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but on the back of the gloves, on both of them, you can see the 3D print line, like where the 3D print terminated and the layers have kind of built up into kind of a step-like pyramid, and then it wasn't sanded down enough. It looks really bad. The gloves are dirty. I don't really like this off-white that they're doing for the costumes. I mean, I guess it makes sense for the shoes, they get dirty, but I don't know, this off-white isn't very appealing. His face looks okay. It looks like Deku, except his hair is way down on his face. That's pretty much mostly due to the face switching mechanic they've got here. So the hair will come off and then you just plug a new face in. Let's see if I can move it back a little bit. Yeah, you can move it back a little bit, though if you look here, another paint application mistake. They got green from his hair onto his face. Actually, his hands seem huge. His hands are way bigger than they should be. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if the hands were recycled from another character and that's why they're so big. Deku's got the yaoi hands! Alright, moving on to articulation. There is no waist swivel, no waist back and forth. There is a little bit of torso movement, just barely forward movement. Out of everything, his arms seem to have the best articulation. You can go woo. Wrist articulation, wrist goes in all directions. Yeah, the arms are no problem, that's nice. So you can get his arms into all sorts of positions, and that'll be good with the one for all effect. The legs and hips, not so much articulation. The hips, well, the thighs move out a little bit, but I don't know if that's on purpose or if it's an accident. Oh, it goes back so far though. No side to side in the calf, but there is side to side in the foot. Actually, the foot can go all the way around. I mean, Deku is a character who frequently destroys his body, so you could just have him just broken all over. Things didn't go well. Oh, his arms won't break. His feet will break, though. We'll say he broke a foot. Help. Yeah, not much articulation in this at all. Oh. Oh, no. Whoa. I was so wrong. I was so wrong about the torso. Look. So much swivel. Is it because it's broken? Or is it supposed to do that? I don't know. Okay. I stand very corrected. I mean, overall, the sculpt is good. It's just that there were so many mistakes in the printing and the molding and the casting and the paint. I don't know. Yeah, so you're definitely not going to be able to get this one into the poses you could achieve with the amazing Yamaguchi Deku or the Figma Deku. He comes with the stand, which we saw before, 2 quirk effects, 2 fists, and an angry head. So let's see if we can't make him an angry boy. Ugh. I always get mixed up as to where the thumb goes. You'd think that as an artist I would have learned that by now, but you would be wrong. Just always kind of second guessing myself. I would love to be sure about things all the time, but that is certainly not the case. People who are sure about things all the time, though, they're usually kind of jerks. I'm comfortable being an insecure, not jerk. Okay, let's see. Pop off his hair. For the hair to get that green and black effect, they just kind of sprinkled the black throughout, which makes it seem as though he has black and green hair, but I always thought that Deku just had green hair and the black was just comic book shading. I don't really know the answer to that, so if anyone does, please enlighten me. I don't know which way it goes. Is this correct? I've forgotten which way it went on in the first place. I think it's this way. Flashback to what I said about being uncertain about things at all times. Now we've got an angry battle mode Deku face. And actually, the sculpt on this one is pretty nice. The decal application's nice. The open mouth is a really clean sculpt. Ow. I've discovered that his thighs do splay out. Not quite enough to do a split, but still, yeah. And then you can rotate them. So, and then, of course, he's got his quirk effect. It's just kind of a soft, translucent plastic wrap around his arms. I'm doing it very poorly. I think there was an exclusive GameStop version that had his full cowl effect where he was just covered in like pink lines. So here he is next to the McFarlane Kirishima, and it just really highlights how giant his hands are. His hands aren't that big. I mean, it's been a while since I watched the anime or read the manga, but they're not that big. I know some characters have exaggerated proportions, but Deku is one of the more humanoid characters, I guess you could say. And so comparing his ginormous hands to Kirishima's normal hands, it just looks so weird. Otherwise, the proportions seem good. Ooh. Yeah, like I said in my Kirishima review, he does not like to stand up. His feet, I guess, are pretty small. He doesn't have giant shoes like Deku. Yeah, the shoes I can forgive because it's not like his feet are definitely that big in there. Some people just wear big shoes. Like the Kingdom Hearts characters all have giant shoes, but they have normal-sized feet underneath. The gloves are just... You wouldn't just have a giant glove if you don't have giant hands. The height seems normal. I always thought that Kirishima was taller, but maybe I'm wrong. I just think of Deku as really small and Kirishima as average to tall. Another thing that's throwing me off is the skin tone. Kirishima has much tanner skin than Deku, but really if you looked at Kirishima alone, he just looks normal. But then compared to Deku, Deku is so pale, he's almost the color of his gloves. And I know he's like a pale, scrawny, weak kid, or at least he starts out that way, but I don't know. So pale, like he's getting over the flu or something. So would I recommend the McFarlane Toys Izuku Midoriya? Once again, it comes down to budget. Like I said in the Kirishima review, these are made to be affordable. They run average of 20 bucks. You can find them in a lot of different places. You don't have to worry about them getting damaged or dirty as much. But if you're a big Izuku fan and you've got the money and you want to make him go into all sorts of crazy poses, and you want top-notch sculpt and paint application, then you should probably check out the Yamaguchi or Figma figures. But for what it is, this one's not bad. I do think the Kirishima one is better. I have 2 more McFarlane Toys My Hero Academia characters to look at in the future. I'm curious to see how they'll stack up against both Deku and Kirishima. I guess that's it for this review. Just remember to always go beyond. Unless you're really tired and burnt out and just struggling to get through the day. In that case, try and take a nap. Eat a snack, drink some water, take care of yourself. Burnout culture isn't cool. What's up here matters just as much as what's around here. Your body. I'm trying to say that your mind matters just as much as your body. Okay, bye. he comes with the stand, too. And he'll actually stand on this one, unlike Kirishima. Well, I said that, but am I wrong? I usually am. Oh, so we've got the opposite problem of the Kirishima toy. This one is too tight. On Kirishima, he would just fall right off the stand. This one doesn't even want to get pegged onto the stand. There we go.